How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of Oxbow up in this piece in the form of their Harvest. Yes, this be a wet hopped farmhouse ale. It says enjoy within 1 year. This was canned actually on October 13th, 2020, so we're well within that range. 7% alcohol by volume, the tiniest beer in the world. Harvest is a saison brewed with 100% Maine grown grains and freshly harvested local Cascade hops. This comes courtesy of my boy Jerome, the metronome. He sent me off a bunch of beers, most of which I will be sharing with my buddy Keith. Talking about a little 12-ounce Farmhouse wet hopped ale. I'm drinking this one for myself. So, suck it, Keith. Oop, get my little thing here stuck. There we go. So, looks like a hazy pale ale. I mean, that's kind of what they're going for here. Hazy IPA, hazy pale ale, 7% alcohol by volume. You know, wet hopped, which kind of has me excited because even though this does have some time on it, you know, we're talking about October, November, December, January, February, and we're into March now, so we're about 6 months deep. They tend to stick a little bit more, I think, over time. Something about the wet hop itself. Maybe it's just the oils or whatnot. I'm not sure what really is the reason why, but they seem to last a little bit more, be a little bit more shelf stable at least. That looks all the beautiful parts of a hazy pale. Not much of a head on it, but I thought you expect it to have one. But what you do generate is quite nice. Let's get a nose. That smells fucking awesome, because what I'm getting is distinctly a farmhouse ale. There is a soft, even like bubblegummy phenolic that is a kind of bubblegum banana kind of yeastiness that you can get mostly on, obviously, like German-based beers. We can get that on saison nose from time to time, but there's this nice kind of pear banana kind of combo coming down that is inherently just saison based, with this nice kind of soft not under-sweetened citrus, but under-acidic kind of citrusness in it, and it just smells beautiful, robust, big, bold. I keep putting all these kind of adjectives on it, but it's very much all the parts of those hops propping up that yeast as opposed to the yeast kind of propping up those hops. Oh, man, that smells awesome. It smells awesome. Definitely smells more Belgian-y than anything else for me, to be perfectly honest with you, and I dig it. I like it a lot. Let's just dive in. Cheers. Yeah, there's a really aggressive tartness to this. For a farmhouse, like hazy, for the lack of a better term. Very much like Brett-based kind of tartness on this sucker. It comes off beautifully. It marries so well with the way those wet hop Cascades hops are coming off, because it is giving you a little fruitiness. You're not expecting a ton of fruitiness from Cascade, but you can get it. And you're getting it here. You're getting this real earthy, not overly bittering, but earthy kind of like graininess that you get, that kind of oily bit and piece that you can get from time to time in these kind of wet hopped IPAs and wet hopped hazy farmhouse beers. Reminds me a lot of barn beer. Not as funky, but the tartness is certainly there. That citrus is definitely there. The way the fruitiness, that pear kind of comes off, so you got the combination, what I assume is like a fruitiness from the yeast, a fruitiness from the hops itself, with that little bit of soft, non-bittering kind of greenness in there. It just lacks the little bit of funkiness that barn beer from Plan B has, but it's very much in that kind of same vein. This is delicious. This is the kind of stuff I want to drink all the time. The ABV is a little bit higher than what I'd want it to be. I've had this kind of impact and whatnot at much lower ABV level. But I'm not angry at it because it's that enjoyable of a beer. Just really tasty stuff, honestly. I mean, this is, Oxbow, it's no secret. I really enjoy what Oxbow does. And this is actually kind of just, much the same from them. And I don't mean that as a negative way. It's that every time I have a beer from these guys, they're never really missing. And more often than not, they're big hits. And this is one of the ones that's just big hits. It's honestly, this is almost like the what do they say? The whole, I've said this before, comedian's comedian kind of thing, where there's a comedian that not the general public doesn't like a ton. They can find them funny, but then like all the comedians love that comic. That's kind of this beer. I think this is the beer nerds hazy, or the brewer's hazy, because what it is giving you a lot of those juicy components you typically get off a New England style haze, but they're wrapping it in a very distinct kind of saison package that I think, even the most uppity kind of anti-hazy snobs drinks this and they enjoy it quite a bit, and it has so much in common with that beer, but it's so distinctly different that I think it's just fun. It's just fun and delicious. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better Farmhouse ales. I mean, we're going to put it in there. Yeah. Is it Mount Rushmore status? It's up there. It's probably not towards the top because there's a select few that really just burst in a specific direction that make me kind of uber giddy, while this one has parts of that. It just kind of eked out a little bit by some of the ones that are a little bit more kind of traditional. I don't know if that makes any sense or if it's the right way to put it, but it's worthy of being up there. Valued availability, no idea. Now, here's the thing. Oxbow stuff hits the shelves here in Jersey. Jerome lives in Jersey. I don't know if I've seen this one on a shelf, but if it was on a shelf, this is probably rocking, close at a 4-pack. It might even be a 6-pack, 15 $15, and all day with that, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like hazies, but you like them on the tartar side, you like barn beer, you like citrus forward, you like just good beer, man. Good farmhousey based hop forward, wet hopped. I wouldn't even say wet hop because it doesn't give me a ton of wet hop kind of vibes to it. It's just delicious farmhouse beer with a hop twist to it. So if you dig those things, you'll dig this. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Oxbow right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.